Hey, you're on the Carol Butler show, and I'm coming in gray without my peacock. This is going to be very short. I just want to remind you that because I did not have the bonuses up, glitches, poop happens. That's going to be my phrase from now on. I extended the early access. I thought that was only fair. I would expect that from someone else. I do what I say I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it down really soon. I know a lot of you have come to watch the show, and I hope most of you have gone to my school and looked at the topics. It's a mini course. It's not meant to take you days and days and days. And I've been reading, and I'll give you the URL shortly again. I've been looking at what the talk shows and news shows have been suggesting women wear, not so much men. Men, as long as you've got a pair of pants on, it doesn't matter what your shirt is. You could wear a t-shirt, but I don't think that'd be very professional. I was always told to dress one step up from the position I wanted. And the reason I'm wearing this hat, by the way, wasn't going to wear it today. My hair is so long, I could tie it in a knot and wear it as a mask right now. Speaking of, I heard this is the third day in a row I've heard that young people think they can't get it, or my immune system is so strong it's not going to affect me. Well, no, it might not affect you. You just may be carrying it around to your mother and father, brothers and sisters, strangers. And when I see what I see, I don't understand. They're going to be known, you've got the X generation, you've got the baby boomers. This is going to be the COVID spreader generation if they don't do something. And what did they call us this morning? A herd of people. We are animals, and the herd is not responding to what Europe did, and they got it under control. Basically, it's a horrible thing. It's terrible. It's a person killer, and I'd be remiss not using this platform to fuss a little bit. Wear the mask. I wear gloves, use hyboclens, and I stay away from large crowds. And I don't think 6 feet is enough. When I watch that one talking without a mask can go 15 feet. And if you haven't seen that yet, Google it, YouTube it. So, my course, Become Confident for Life, again, is a mini course. It will impact your life forever and forever and forever. It was like a woman asking me, a young girl, when I was at school, at the university late in life, and she said, I think I'm going to flunk out and waste all my father's money. And what would you do? And we didn't even know each other. She just says, I hear you're doing well. And I don't understand how you're doing well because I know what you're doing every morning, you know, shoveling and I had 8 o'clock classes, driving to shovel out the stall of a horse, rescuing AIDS cats, meaning they had to be put down, but they were dying horribly. And I had a friend helping me, by the way. You can't do that alone. And the friend was also giving shots. It was Catherine, to the horse. And we kept the horse from foundering, and the horse got adopted. It was a beautiful Morgan. And I did all this before school. But she said, I'm flunking out. And I said, did you wake up mediocre today? Did you wake up feeling like you weren't very smart? She said, well, absolutely not. And I said, then why are you not studying? Because you had to be smart to get into school. She said, well, this is the time in my young life I should be partying. I said, yes, but here's my advice. You asked for it, so I'll give it to you. I mean, this is between classes. I'm talking like this. And I said, just go out, Friday night. Go out Saturday night for your socializing. And the rest of the time, spend your nights at the library. You won't be tempted. Go to the library or, stay in your room and study. These 4 years will follow you around the rest of your life. And as a matter of fact, I think I've changed my mind. Unless you're going to be a doctor, an airline pilot, I think some blue collar jobs, they're making more money than I am right now. And I think I always I always wanted to know about electricity, but I respected it a lot. I could never have been a lifeguard. I nearly drowned one time. I didn't know my way up from down, got hit by a big wave. So you just need to do something you enjoy, that you are passionate about. And so, whatever you choose, you need to be confident about it. People want to deal with people that they know what they're talking about. There's a difference between narcissism and being arrogant. And I'm not being arrogant. Or excuse me if I'm coming across that way to people that haven't seen someone who's so confident, that I get on this show for 4 years to teach you something. And I finally got my second course up because we have been so busy rescuing so many animals that no one thought a thing about. And they certainly weren't going to spend money on. But that's their choice. And it was mine. It was a passion to help the underprivileged, the particularly animals. The first part of my life, I was helping people. The second part, it was animals, and you make a choice. So make a choice to be confident. There is a carryover. I promise you, there's a carryover to every area of your life, no matter what age you are. If you're 9 years old, or if you're 90, if you're 9 years old or 90, if you feel good about yourself, and I tell you why you shouldn't. I'm not here, again, I say in the course, because I'm so great looking. I mean, that's not what makes people confident. It's people that look you in the eye. It's people that come prepared. And I can show you how to do that without, how, when you're caught on the spot, what to do. And first of all, take a breath. And I teach you what politicians do that you shouldn't. So the coupon's going to stay up a couple more days, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you go to checkout. Because if you've never done this, and I think a lot of people haven't been on Zoom and they haven't been on a live streaming show. They're watching me right now, and I want guests, and that's coming soon. But I wanted to show what happens if I click on that peacock, where I will send you to again. You will see this. And if you'll notice on the right, it says Be Confident for Life, $100. And it's worth $500. I'm not kidding. But it's a mini course. One day I will add more to it probably. But I wanted everyone to be able to afford it. So it's a steal at 100. I promise you, if you can use this the rest of your life. I mean, I spend more than that on cat food in 3 days. I'm not kidding. And I know I don't have it. So it's interesting how I get it. But you'll see, have a coupon, and you enter the code that if you'll get early access on my homepage, I'll get your email. I'll send you the code. And this is only going to last for a few more days. But you put your card information in, and you'll get it for $50, not $100. So I just wanted to emphasize that. And let's see if I can go back to, yes, the blank screen again. I don't know what happened to my, I think it's just called the camera's gone bonkers. I did a lot of changes yesterday, and one of them probably wasn't positive. But I've noticed that the new industry now for women is, yes, it's a whole new business. But of course, women's skirt lines go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go out of date. Men, you wear a suit, you wear a tie, or you don't wear a tie. You look good with, like David Muir. You can just wear that open shirt, polo shirt, or I don't mean to call that a brand. I like the little white open shirts. I can't find them for women, and they don't make them for boys. So I might be flapping in the breeze here soon with a man's shirt, and I'll have someone take it in. I just like the white shirt. I think it's very dressy. And your background, which I have not put one up today because I wanted to be very, very clear that don't listen to what everybody tells you, ladies, about your dress. I am wearing a hat, and I've explained that. Of course, I like hats. Would I wear this to work if I weren't doing remotely? Absolutely not. Unless it's, I don't know, unless I'm outside, I don't know. But this is sort of my, how you know it's me. There's so many people live streaming now, and I always wear a hat, and it was before my hair got uncontrollably wild. So, and I'm going to hang in there. I know how to cut the back of my hair pretty good and somewhat the front, but I'm not doing it. I'm waiting this out. Oh, good God, I heard it was going to be until 2030 before we economically recover. So use my course to help you be one of those people that won't go through life stuttering or blowing interviews when you're lucky enough to get them because 800 people are going after the same job. We need food on the table, and that's why this is so little. I had a ticker up. I'm going to do this while I'm live. Let's see if this will work. I'm going to put a ticker up, and I'm going to, this, I hope it's not covering my face, but this is where you're going to go if you want to take advantage. Yes, I can type and chew gum at the same time. Let's see if it's not ticking across. I want it to move. Isn't this fun? Get it off my head, over my mouth. But this is my school. This is the Carole King Butler Academy without saying all of that. But you go here, you go to the bottom of the page, and do yourself a favor and don't buy the casual wear because you'll look like you're still in your pajamas. You'll, years later, because nothing, as we know, ever disappears on the internet. If you ever share anything, it will be there forever, unless it's so horrific that Facebook will take a year or two to get it down, or YouTube, hate talk and that sort of stuff. But what you wear and how you look, you should always dress for the position you want, not for the position you have. And so wearing, unless you're teaching yoga, and that would be appropriate for you to have a yoga outfit on. If you're an exerciser instructor, that would be appropriate for you to. I would have my logo across my shirt. Do anything. In fact, I have done. I wanted this totally blank as it could be, to get your attention for this very important course. And yes, it took me weeks and weeks to condense it and write it. I'm just, and I'm begging you to take it. I'm telling you, it's for your own good. There's so many charlatans. I bought 69 courses, by the way, in the 6 years that I've been involved in building a school and in building my first course. And of those 69, when my MacBook Pro, this is important, my MacBook Pro Logic, it took them 14 months to find out. And it wouldn't be picked up on diagnostics. That's what the problem is. It wiped out everything except my Apple products. So I would have to go back to every single 69 people, and I know where they are, and certainly I have my license to prove that I bought them. But they were, for the most part, probably 4 of the 69 were worth their salt. And my signature, as does yours, goes on everything you do, whether someone's watching or not. You do it for you. You do everything for you. You don't care who's watching. You maintain your integrity. And it's helpful not to lie and overpromise. And I know this sounds so braggadocious, be confident for life, but there's only one thing you really do. And I told you the price of the course would be at the front. And if you didn't even watch the rest of it, if you just do the 2 or 3 things, but really just one that I tell you to do, you'll never have a problem. So you just have to believe in you, stay safe, and tune in next week, and we'll be talking about something else, like my new course that I'll be creating. And again, you'll have an opportunity, like you did this time, to give me some input. And you still, if you want something added, I do that. I just happen to go back in and throw in something that I like. So it's a freebie after you've gotten this course. Anything I add is always free to you. Not to mention the bonuses, which should be inspirational. So this has been Carol Butler. You've been on the Carol Butler Show. Thank you for joining me today, and be safe.